Hey guys, so this is my third time trying to film this exact same video. So if this one doesn't work out, I'm gonna kill my camera. So yeah, I had tried to film this video a while back and then I watched it and I didn't like it, so then I deleted it, and then I filmed it again and I liked it and everything was fine, and I went to upload it onto my computer so I could edit it, and I accidentally deleted the footage, and then now here I am again filming it for the third time. Hopefully this one works. So this is my nursing school update for you guys. I am now in summer school, and so before I get started into that, I just wanted to update you guys on how my spring semester ended. It ended really well. I made really good grades. I was happy with everything. I passed my final simulation OSCE thing with no problems at all. It was great. So spring semester finished up great, good grades, everything like that. And then I had like a 3-week little break between the time spring semester ended till when summer school started. So in that 3 weeks, I did quite a lot. I floated the river twice. I went and visited Mia in Weston. I went to Magnolia Market, which is that little store in Waco, Texas. If you watch Fixer Upper, their store, I went to there. And then I went to Oklahoma for a week to watch Ty play in the Big 12 tournament. That was in Oklahoma City, so I was there for a week watching lots and lots of baseball. And then after that we got home and it was the draft, and so if you don't follow me on social media, a lot of you won't know because not that many of you follow me on social media. But Ty got drafted in the 8th round by the Colorado Rockies, so I'm very, very excited for him and very proud of him. I'm so proud of him for being able to continue on with his dream and his career and everything like that. So he did get drafted, and he went to their minor league team, which one of their minor league teams is in Colorado. So that's where he is, and he will be there until about October. So I'm going there in August to visit him, and so yeah. But anyways, I won't get to see him all summer long because he's up there playing baseball. I just want to give you a short little update for you guys, and then my school started, and the very first day of my class was actually Memorial Day, and so we didn't have actual lecture. So my actual class started on a Thursday, and that was straight into our lab. And so technically on the very first day of summer school we learned how to start IVs, and so which was very whoa, way to welcome you back into nursing school. And so we learned how to start IVs on our very first day of school, and we practiced that for like 2 days, and then I checked off on that and passed that with flying colors, no problems at all. And then I had a COC, which is like my simulation clinical, where they have a simulation situation, say that 10 times fast, and of a patient, and then you go and take care of them. And that was definitely brushing the cobwebs off because I was just kind of rusty into getting back into that swing of things. And then last week I started in the hospital. I had my first in-hospital clinical, and I have those on Thursdays and Fridays, and then spread out kind of throughout the year. So not every Thursday and Friday, and then I do have 2 Saturdays. So 9 total times I am in the hospital for a clinical shift type thing. And I am on the medical floor of my hospital. Medical and surgical are split up into 2 different floors, so instead of being a med-surg floor, there are 2 different floors, and I'm on the medical floor. And so yeah, I am going to make an entire video about my first day of clinicals and the experience and the awkward situation I ran into and all of that. All of that is going to be in a separate video, so all the details of how my very first day of clinicals went will be in a separate video that you can watch that will be up very soon. Anyways, just to kind of brief you real quick, clinicals are going great. Like I said, if I have clinicals in that week, it'll be Thursday or Friday, except I do have 2 Saturday clinicals, and we are there from 6:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., so about a 10-hour shift with a 30-minute lunch break. So that's how usually my clinical day goes, and I go and I'm assigned to my nurse, and then I take over one of her patients for the day. However, I pretty much do everything for a lot of her patients, like morning meds. I pretty much give every patient their morning meds, but for total care though, I have one patient that I'm like basically taking over total care for, if that makes sense. So I for sure give that patient their meds. I for sure, like, anything that patient needs, whether it's a bed bath or they're assisted to the bathroom, whatever that patient needs for the day, I take care of. So that's my patient, and I have them for my 10 hours that I am on the floor. And then I have paperwork that I have to do that kind of goes along with that. However, I only have to turn in paperwork 4 times this whole semester rather than doing it every single time like I had to do last semester. So I love that the paperwork part for clinicals is reduced, because that is just ridiculous when you have to handwrite all of that stuff. But clinicals is going really, really good. It makes me really tired at the end of the day waking up. I wake up at like 5:15 so I can get ready, and then I'm at the hospital by like 6:15, so that way I'm ready by 6:30 when it's time to, like, you know, get started. And then we go and get report and go on from there. But like I said, my first clinical experience will be in a separate video. Oh, however, sorry, I'm like thinking of things as I go along. However, it's not going to be in the clinical video because it happened yesterday. So yesterday I had a clinical, and my patient ended up having to go to the OR for a surgery, and I was allowed to go with them. So I scrubbed up and went into the OR room with them and got to watch their surgery that they had. So that was really cool to, since technically, you know, that's not what I'm usually doing on the medical floor. It was cool to be able to follow my patient and watch them have their surgery that they needed done. So I got to go into the OR yesterday, which is really, really fun and really cool. And yeah, so I've done lots of things in clinicals, from giving medications to giving shots to turning patients to assisting in the bathroom to feeding patients to starting IVs, and all that kind of stuff all happens in my clinicals that I've done, and it's really fun and really cool, and I love it. So as far as lecture goes, my lecture for this class, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even tell you guys, I'm only in one class over the summer. It's Adult Health 1, and it's a 6-hour course. Like, so usually a college course is only worth 3 hours. Well, this class is worth 6 hours. So it's a really heavy course, and that's the only one I'm taking over this summer. So I'm in one class, however, it's worth 6 hours, so it's like really, really intense kind of in a way. So I'm really glad that we're only in one course, and I'm in it for the whole summer. So my last day of school will be August 9th for this class. So I'm in the same class all summer long. Sorry, I forgot to even tell you guys what class I was in. But anyways, lecture for that class is on Mondays, and that is from 9 to 2:30, so like 5.5 hours. However, we do have an hour break for lunch in there, but still, to even sit for 4.5 hours for lecture is just like, it's horrible, it's miserable to sit, and it's just hard. I mean, obviously I'm interested in the stuff that we're learning about. It's just hard to sit there for 4.5 hours and listen to someone talk. So lecture is definitely difficult to sit in. And then all of our tests that we have are HESI tests, which are different than any other class that I've been in. Usually in nursing school, only the final that you take in that class is a HESI test. However, in this class, all of them are HESI tests. And if you don't know what a HESI test is, it's like a state created test in like a way, like my teachers aren't creating the test. The state nursing people are creating the test that we take. So it's a totally different style of test taking. If you've never taken a HESI, you might not understand what I'm saying, but if you have taken a HESI, you know that HESI tests and the way their questions are worded and everything like that are totally different than like a teacher-made test. So that's definitely different. All of those tests are HESI tests, and how many times can I say that? And I took my first one this past Monday, and I actually did really well on it, and I'm actually really surprised because everybody, all my friends that I've talked to that are like either a year ahead or just a step ahead of me in nursing school, and when they took adult health HESI test, they all said that they like bombed the first one, and that's coming from multiple people. So I was just like, fantastic, like great. One, I'm not that good at taking HESI test anyways, and two, everyone's bombing the first one, so I had very scary expectations for this test. However, I did surprisingly really well. I don't know like what I was doing that just kind of clicked for me. I'm studying the same way that I've always studied, but I did really well on my first HESI test, and so it gives me a little bit more confidence to keep going for the next test. Obviously, I'm going to study just as hard or even harder for the next ones, just because I don't want to like think, oh, I did so good, I don't have to do anything type of thing. And so I'm definitely going to keep studying and studying even harder for my next ones, but I'm surprised at myself for how well I did on my first test of the semester. And I think we have 4 total. It's either 4 total including the final or 4 total and then the final. I don't really remember. And then those are the only things towards our grades, except we have 5% of our grade comes from these case studies that we have to do, which are just like online busy work pretty much. It is supposed to like reiterate what you're learning in lecture, but they're super easy to take. They're not hard at all, and that's only worth 5% of our grade. So 95% of our grade for the semester for that class comes from what you make on the tests. So that's how my lecture is going. And like I said, clinicals are going well. So far I've already done 4 in-hospital clinicals, so I only have 5 left. Plus I have 3 more COCs to do, which are my simulated clinical settings. The semester is going good. It's already fast. I can't believe it's already going to be July. And yeah, so I'm surviving nursing school still. I'm still going, and come August, I will officially be in my 2nd year of nursing school. So I'll be a year 2, technically a senior student for nursing school, which means I only have 1 year left, which is crazy because I can't believe I've been in nursing school this long and that I'm still alive. So yeah, I'm really excited, and the semester is going great. If you're in summer school, I hope school is going good for you. If you have any more questions for me, leave them down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Also, keep on the lookout for my first day of clinical experience so you can watch that and see how that went for me, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. I love ya. Mwah. If you're wondering about the live stream challenge video, all that information will be coming out next week. It took them a while to get the information to me, and so therefore it took me a while to get the information to you guys, but that information and when all that's going to be happening will be coming out next week, so stay tuned. I love you guys.